Ho ho ho. Good morning, peeps, and a very happy Christmas from Teignmouth. It's Christmas Day and the sun is shining and we're out for a little stroll along the seafront. Hope you'll join us, and happy Christmas to all the subscribers of our YouTube channel as well, and all the listeners to the Progmill radio show. Let's go and have a wander, shall we? Look at this Christmas Day morning. Look how blue the sea is. People are out there walking along the beach, very busy on the beach today, people jogging along the prom. And the beach is actually looking really nice at the moment. The beach here changes constantly. Sometimes it's rocky, sometimes it's sandy. It's a very shallow bay, and dependent upon the tides and the storms, the sand comes, the sand goes, the rocks come, the rocks go. It changes all the time. And as we go this way, you can see along the seafront, looking down towards the Coast Watch hut there, and they're still working even on Christmas Day, God bless them, doing a fantastic job. There's the pier, and you can see the mist coming up, and that is a little local phenomenon which is called a larry. I don't know why it's called a larry, but it's basically where the cold waters come down the River Teign off Dartmoor, and when they hit the warmer waters of the sea in the estuary, in certain conditions it starts to condense and then it turns to steam, and you get this effect with the cloud, the steam hanging over the estuary. But as you can see, it's just very shallow, and you can see the hills above it. The larry. If anybody's local, perhaps tell me in the notes why it's called a larry. I've no idea. But as you can see, it's looking beautiful on the seafront this Christmas morning. Down on the seafront, just under the yacht club. I have to say the sea and the beach is looking just gorgeous this Christmas morning. Look how busy it is. Isn't that lovely? We're very fortunate to live right here by the sea, where you can do this on a nice day, and especially during COVID it was just fantastic. You could still come down here and have a wander, looking out towards Spray Point, and then the Parson and the Clark in the distance there, just the edge of Holcombe as well. Everybody out for their Christmas morning stroll. Look how busy it is. And I'm hoping to get down here tomorrow as well, because on Boxing Day we have the Boxing Day swim, where you get up to about 1,000 people all running in the sea at 11 o'clock, many in fancy dress. So we hopefully will be down for that, and then that's followed by the three-legged race over the river at Sholdon, which is just so funny. Fantastic. See Santa there and his little elf in the sea. So he's had a busy night, he's finished his rounds, and now he's able to just relax in the sea. I'm not sure the dog agrees though. Oh, fantastic. It's lovely to see everybody smiling, everybody happy. If only every day was like this, eh? Ah, sun, sea and sausages. Look how lovely it looks. The coned hat type structure is one of our ice cream stalls. They're not open today, I'm not surprised. Even a couple of tourist coaches there, Middletons down from Teignmouth. They'll be staying in Torquay and they'll have come over here for a Christmas morning visit. You get a lot of coaches doing that. So we are going to carry on walking towards the end here and go and have a closer look at the Larry. It's our local theatre, The View, and it's a nice restaurant. I think the restaurant is open this morning. Yeah, there are people sitting downstairs. And this here, if you're on the seafront in Teignmouth and you fancy a sauna, yeah, you can do it. You have to book a slot, and it's not open today, but you do see people here even on rainy days in the dressing gowns and swimsuits, and in they go, and I think you get an hour for however much it is. That's all right, isn't it? Here's the pier. The doggies are enjoying the beach this morning. There's one in front of us, just swam out to get his ball. And I'll tell you what, as we're getting closer towards the mouth of the estuary and towards the Larry, it's starting to get a lot cooler. Here we are by the pier, and as we're getting closer towards the estuary, the mist is getting more and it's getting cooler. I bet the temperature's dropped about 5 degrees in about 100 yards.
A little bit chillier now, but even so, beautiful and bright.
Yeah. And look at this. As we walk along now, you barely see the Ness headland. But when we're up high, where our house is, you can actually see it as a line of cloud with the hills above it, which is quite spectacular, but we're walking into it now. So we're going to walk along to the end and just see how chilly it gets before we head off back to the sunshine. Here we are, talking to our lovely friend Rena, who's in Lanzarote. Say hello to everybody. There she is. She's in Lanzarote, and we're here in Teignmouth.
Yes. We're going to see the view.
You have to do these things.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Somebody's got to do it.
Perfect.
Here's our little lighthouse. Car park. And the mist still hanging over the mouth of the estuary. You can just about see the Ness headland there. Still looks lovely though, it's atmospheric, and look how calm the sea is today. The proverbial mill pond, isn't it? So here we are at the point. Looking over the end of the beach here. So the Larry's still hanging around, but it's changed its character. It's not as thick, it's more sort of thin mist now. But looking across to Shoulden, the dark side of the estuary. They haven't got much sunshine there this morning, just a little bit over by the clipper. So let's go and have a wander down onto the back beach, see how many people are around there. It's nice to see people out having mulled wine and glasses of Prosecco. Oh, how lovely. And this is Christmas Day on the Devon coast. Look at this. So peaceful. Christmas morning on the back beach, the mouth of the River Teign. Fishing boats are at rest. Absolutely lovely. We're going to have a wander along towards the ship inn. I love it when it's like this, so peaceful. I don't think it'll be so peaceful at the ship inn because I believe it opens at 11 o'clock. Oh, and it's already... Aha! Is it too early?
It's Christmas.
Ah, so it is. The ferry's not running today, but it will be running tomorrow, because tomorrow we have the big swim on the seafront, followed immediately by the three-legged race at Shoulden, which is over there. So the ferry will be running and it'll be very busy tomorrow. Just looking over at Shoulden Bridge in the distance there. And just a reminder to anybody that likes this view, if you want to see it anytime you like, just go online, look for Salty Cottage Webcam, Teignmouth, and it's a 24/7 webcam of this view. And I think the Larry is nearly gone. You can just see the remains of it blowing out to sea there. Here we are on Teignmouth's back beach. This is the bohemian end of Teignmouth, if you like. A lot of tourists that come here on day trips from Torquay, they never get to see this. And I really like it. It's scrappy, it's a bit rough around the edges, but it's got soul, it's got heart. And it's where most of the locals keep their boats. Some of the boats look like they're never going to sail again, but it's great. I really like this bit. And then behind it is the port, still a working port. You can see there's actually a ship in there, so he's obviously staying over for Christmas. So they'll be inside there, getting drunk on all sorts of dodgy substances, no doubt. Here's some of the yachts that moor up here. And I mentioned about the Salty Cottage webcam. There is Salty Cottage. If you look to the left hand side of the window at the front, that's the webcam. So take a look at that sometime, it's really lovely. Before we moved down here we used to watch that all the time. There's the Ship Inn, my favourite pub in the whole of Teignmouth. And it is open between 11 and 1 today, just for a couple of hours. Not too busy at the moment though. And across the back beach into the sunshine. Just walking out to the edge of the quayside. There's a couple of our local working boats. This is Teignmouth, whose main job nowadays is to guide some of the ships into the harbour and also do some dredging to keep the shipping channel clear. Otherwise it would get too shallow for the big ships that come into the harbour. And that's our new pilot boat, which is an ex-lifeboat, as you can see from the colour. And then just walking around here, this trawler has been laid up for quite some time. It's having some work done on it. And there's the other back beach pub, that's the New Quay Inn. Doesn't look like that's open today. They're having a well-deserved day off. And this little beach here, this is where they hold most of the Shanty Festival, which is held every 2 years, so where all the bands come from Devon and Cornwall, about 50 different bands, and sing sea shanties. And everybody gathers around the quaysides here, and the band's set up on a stage in front of the pub, and it's a fabulous atmosphere. So Nina, you've been into the pub?
I have. I bought a coffee.
A coffee?
A coffee.
Oh my goodness me.
Yeah, a bit early.
Oh
yet.
well, I suppose it is. The day is yet young, as they say. But what a nice place to sit. We've got little tables down here and behind as well. And you can sit here. It's a lovely place, especially in the summer. But even on a winter's day like this, when it's bright, just rook up and it's lovely. Here's our church, St Michael's, the Fisherman's Church as they call it, right facing the beach. Can't get a church a lot closer to the sea than that. It does take a bit of a battering from the weather, but they keep it going. So we're back in the sunshine now and looking back towards the nest. Yeah, the lorry is still there. Looks like it's going to hang around all day. But down here on the main part of the beach, looking lovely. Down on the beach. Isn't it lovely? Very lucky. And people moan about this beach sometimes, but it changes. As I mentioned at the start of this video, it changes constantly. Sometimes it's rocky, sometimes it's like this. Look at this, lovely today. It's such a shallow bay, and the storms bring in rocks, then they bring in sand, then they bring in the rocks, and they take them away, and it constantly changes. Look at this. The mist is still hanging around. You can see it's now down over the Holcombe end. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's warm, so much warmer here now we're away from the mist. So let's swizzle around, and I think we'll call it quits there for today. So I hope you enjoyed our little wander around Teignmouth on Christmas Day 2024. A beautiful day, a very nice day to be in Devon. Those waves are going to get me in a minute. So you enjoy the rest of your festive period, and don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this, so you don't miss any more. And I'll see you again very soon with more videos from Devon, Cornwall and beyond. And we've got some big adventures planned in January, so watch out for that. See you again very soon.